Support for your public radio station comes from our members and from the Seward House Museum. The story of 19th century America unfolds through the lens of William H. Seward with guided tours, American art, and seasonal exhibitions set throughout the historic home and gardens. Tour registration online at sewardhouse.org.
From WXXI News, this is Connections. I'm Racquel Stephen, filling in for Evan Dawson. In an article entitled Why Team Sports Build Strong Friendships on the Yale Wave by Yale University, the author writes, one of the most remarkable aspects of team sports is how they unite diverse individuals towards a common objective. When you're part of a team, the goal isn't to shine individually, but to achieve something greater together. This shared commitment fosters collaboration, improved communication, and mutual respect. Organizers of the Hood to Hood basketball tournament say their event shares similar principles. It fosters peace, unity, and brotherhood. This year marks the second season for the basketball tournament that began June 7th and takes place every Sunday for the duration of the summer. Hood to Hood allows neighborhoods to create their own basketball teams, meet at Gateway Park on Mount Hope Avenue to compete for a trophy and bragging rights. Organizers say the tournament is about bringing men together from all sides of town who might not usually get along, but they can leave it all on the court. On this hour of Connections, we will talk to a few of the organizers about the camaraderie within sports and how they hope this basketball tournament and other initiatives will reduce violence in the community and what more of a role civilians can play in cutting crime. Joining us in studio, we have Jamie Anderson, a.k.a. Snooze. I'm going to call you Snooze so you can get comfortable. He is the co-founder of Hood to Hood Basketball Tournament. I have Norman Simmons, the community organizer of Hood to Hood. I have Raheen Gayden. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm pronouncing it right? Okay.
Yes.
We know you as Bills, right?
Yeah.
Raheen Gayden, founder of Guns Up, Gloves Down. Wait, Guns Down,
No.
Gloves Up. No?
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm tripping.
Yeah,
Guns down, gloves
it
up.
did me the same way. Guns down, gloves up, which is another what I like to call hood initiative that gives opportunity for individuals to resolve conflicts inside a boxing ring. And D. Will, the founder of Church in the Wild, a non-conventional approach to ministry, and I like to say Williams likes to meet people where they are. Sounds good? Welcome, guys. I feel outnumbered. I feel outnumbered, okay? And we have Jeremy Hart here as well. 5-1, okay? So take it easy on me, okay, fellas? Take it easy on me, okay? Now, I want to start off with the word hood. That comes with a negative connotation, right? But with this tournament, you're taking that and turning it into something positive. Can you speak on the word hood and what does that mean to you?
Well, actually, it definitely means, it's more than just a hood, the name. It's your neighborhood. It's where you grew up. We can't deny where we're from.
Mm-hmm.
People grew up on all sides of town. So we came together, we thought about a name, and we said we were going to go on a hood to hood tour.
Yeah.
And that's us playing against everybody and everybody playing against each other. So it was just a positive vibe. It was a great name. We thought it was great for what was going on in the city, and it stuck, and I like it.
Yeah. And I want to open up the question to everyone here, right? The word hood can sometimes have a negative connotation, especially with our counterparts. How do you reclaim that word and make it something positive?
Well, we from the hood, and it comes from the word neighborhood. I don't know why it has a negative connotation. Maybe because it comes from
Right.
people of color. But when the MOG movement started, I was doing hood prayer.
Right.
And that hood stood for hand of our deliverer. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what the word is or what you think it is. Come talk to us. Come holler at us.
Come
You know what I'm
see.
saying? Because it's not always what you think it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. This is about to be a hood forum right now.
Yeah. And it's also, when we get a little deeper about it, define that lie of white supremacy. So a lot of stuff we do is enriching African principles, and we don't even understand it, right? So even how we pour out liquor when somebody died, that's an African spiritual type of thing. So as we talk about the hood, when we talk about village, right, there's different villages, right? If we look back in time over history, different cultures, and that's the same thing, right? Somebody from Clinton doesn't have necessarily the same culture as somebody from Thurston, but we got the same principles.
Yeah.
We love each other. You know, we respect each other.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't know how to show that, right? So that's where the conflict stuff comes in. Again, I get deep talking about the way white supremacy has an effect on that. But again, it's about reclaiming what we already have, right? And just learning ourselves more. So that's where I come in the sense of just me learning myself more, understand how this stuff is already ours. So just, again, showing up as we are, like us 5 doing this room, it just kind of gives a different notion in a larger masses that don't understand.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to look at the beauty of it too. You know what I'm saying? What a hood does is it represents unity and community.
Right.
Just like he said from
Brotherhood.
Thurston. As soon as he said Thurston, everybody who I used to be with is just in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's love. I could go to Jenny. It's the same love. I could go to Fight Village and they have their own hood, and it's like it's a community of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can't be looked at as hood, ghetto, thugs, criminals. Nah, that's not what it is.
Because I actually got a lot of calls from a lot of people saying, I think you should change the name. You know, people of, you know, stature of where they at. You know, I think it's giving a bad look on your league. And I came to you, remember, because I came to Norm and I talked to him, and I'm just like, I don't see how they can picture that as something negative when look at what's going on, what we're doing in these last, okay, we had 12 weeks last year plus 2 weeks this year. That's 14 weeks of nonviolence. So how could you even correlate that with something negative? I just didn't understand.
Jesus came out of a hood.
Word.
They was like, you go to the word, he say, oh, you talk about son from Nazareth? Can anything good come out of Nazareth?
Right.
For real,
Can
though.
anything
I think
good
that's in the
come out of
Bible
Fight
somewhere.
Village? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, like, come on, what we talking about?
I love it. So the hood. So hood is the culture, the culture that you create among people from different neighborhoods, right? But you all stand, like Norman said, on the same principles, and that's the beauty of the hood. So when we have a tournament like Hood to Hood, what was your mission behind creating this experience for all neighborhoods?
Well, I'm gonna first start off by saying this. It's definitely started off with this. Yeah, people probably think it started off last season, but it didn't. You know, Jeremy Hart back here, we've been playing against Frost for over 15 years in football and basketball. We've been playing against Avenue A for years in football and basketball. So we just decided to, you know what, let's just make it something together where every team could get in. You know, every neighborhood could get in. And with that, you know, all teams are making people accountable. So everybody's accountable for everybody out there. It's not just us, them versus us. It's not that. It's all of us as unity standing strong together.
And we also grew up in those times just where basketball tournaments was good to go through. We had the neighborhoods all out, the elders out. So for us, it's that time to kind of be the leaders of that. Right. So this hood to hood, that's the whole goal too when bringing people together, just to bring back that enriched feel of the 90s, right?
Yeah.
But there's always problems, right? Every era, every decade, but it still was like some nostalgic type feeling about the era that we grew up under, right? And so for us, it's just to latch onto our elders, right, and follow that wisdom because we're the ones kind of doing the action. That's why this is powerful because we're creating a space for that, right? We got the product like Nipsey had, but not Nipsey's hustle. You know, I love him. We bring people in with the product, and it's basketball.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask, like, why basketball, right? Because we see kickball games, we see softball games. Why basketball?
Basketball brings people together on a different level. People don't know, man. Like I got teams they streets didn't even get along, but they playing together for their street, for their neighborhood. I'm talking about they haven't talked in years. Yeah. I got people that hasn't played basketball in 15 years, 10 years. They going to the gym now and working out. So basketball was just a choice because I felt like it could make people connect to their inner self and their youth again.
Ooh.
Yeah, and real quick, I just want to shout out Chicago too. You know, as you talk about the beginning of startup, you know, a lot of people behind the scenes. That's what I'm saying. It's a collective effort.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure I shout out Chicago because she played a big part in kind of getting all of this started as well.
Yeah, I had, when I walked in, one of my producers say, "So women can't be a part of this? It's only for men?" Look, she's raising her hand in the back.
I've been getting beat up by my mom, my friends for weeks. It's funny you said that, Rocky, because this morning a female inboxed me and said she has a squad. So I got to find another squad for them to play. It's crazy you said that. I got to find another squad for them to play. And I'm going to put that on my cousin to help me with that.
That'd be fire. That'd be tough.
But also in a selfish way, we need this. Like, black men need this space. And so in a selfish way, you know, I love our women. I big up my women every day. But this is a space for men to engage, impact, intentional, you know, and so
Definitely.
that's my answer to that. You know,
Yeah.
we're very intentional about having men in this space.
Yeah.
Right.
And talking about intention, right? I want to talk about like the teams and putting it together, right? Who competes against who? Like, is that intentional? Like, oh, I'm going to take this hood that probably doesn't get along with this hood.
All
How do you-
call-outs are mandatory.
What do you mean by call outs?
Like, if you call me out, your team call me out, I got to put that on the schedule next week. We got to put that because all call-outs are mandatory. However, it is a system that we have, you know, because like I said, you know, not everybody is prone to, you know, being on the same place or space. So we sit down and we make a schedule. We have people playing at certain times. But however, everybody's going to play each other eventually. So
Okay.
that's that.
And it's not based in what's going on in the town.
No,
Like, we're
it's
not
not.
here to solve no issues. We're not here to meet. Like, we're to create another solution.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Jeremy and the role he plays, because he kind of has connection to the West and the East. You know what I mean? In the sense of all of us talking, respecting each other. If it's something that happens in the space, we're ever to correct it, because we got different voices from different
Yes.
places.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is just a solution. This is not here to be in place of what's already going on in the town that we all kind of know about.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was saying that it takes a special person to even put this together where you can be that liaison, right? Or that neutral voice for all the hoods.
Right.
So are you that person?
We all are. You know what I mean? However, you know, I have a personal connection with probably every team in the league with more than just one or two people. So I do have that, but I have a team of leaders. These people are people in the community that people respect. These are people they come to when they have problems. You know what I mean? Jeremy is somebody will come to, yo, I don't want this to happen. Can you help me solve this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just our team. It's just the way the team is set up, man. It's beautiful, and I appreciate it. I want to shout out my staff, man. I love each and every one of y'all, and y'all doing a great job.
And the self-awareness and the growth that comes from it. I remember last year I found myself a lot of times having to check myself, because I was showing up with the stuff I still go through. And that's what I mean. The space is good for us to kind of find ourselves with other men who share that alpha, you know, top dog type energy. We got to check ourselves. And so deeper as we talk about, you know, who's running, and I think it gives us a space to really be self-aware and check ourselves with what we need to check ourselves, and also face the things that we kind of go through mentally that we don't be able to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was a dude that came and said, yo, I'm glad we here, man. You know, I'm glad he ain't canceled. This is what he said last year. I'm glad he ain't canceled me. You know, my baby mom was getting on my nerves. I needed this.
Right.
And so stuff like that is an outlet for us, you know, on a deeper level, you know. So I just wanted to add that in as well.
Yeah.
And I know it's intentional. Everything is intentional, right? And even the location. This is Mount Hope. Was it intentional to have it in like a neutral space?
I mean, everywhere we go is going to be a neutral space, I think, because last year we was at Gayden Street. That's neutral. This year we at Mount Hope, but we also have number 6 school, 20. I guess what is that? 22 school now.
22 school now.
So we have that too. This Sunday it'll be at 22 school. So, you know, we're going to go and make sure it's comfortable for everybody. So everything is intentional of locations as well. We're not going to go in a location where we know that something can just happen and there's people's mothers out there, grandmothers, children, fans. And we're not going to do that. So, yes, that's intentional where we are too as well.
Yeah.
To avoid, you know, things. Because certain areas just have, you know, just certain things going on. I don't want my kids seeing certain stuff. I don't want my family and friends coming out here and seeing certain things. So, yes, it is intentional on locations.
And we'll say that too, though, that's the work. So, you know, my vision in Deep Town, we are able to be in those areas as a community, but it takes time to build that. And that's
Right.
kind of where we at now, is kind of building this. We like 3 years in.
Yeah.
So it's going to take time to understand and figure out ways to identify how can we be in these areas where it's safe and everybody feel comfortable, because part of the work is doing the work.
Right.
So we can't say we're just going to isolate certain people, certain areas of the town just because of something they had going on before this even started.
Yeah.
We
Right.
started it for that. And so in my vision in the future, we're able to kind of make this a way where we could bounce anywhere, everybody feel comfortable.
To piggyback off that, majority of the courts in the city are very nice and kind of put together. A lot of them just don't have parking. And with that type of crowd, we got 16 teams with 12 players a team. How much? That's what 100. I mean, that's a lot of players. So imagine the fans coming too. So we got to think of spacing, you know, traffic, and we got to think of the neighbors. We got to also think about the people that live in these communities. They can't park. They can't get out their driveways. So like I said, everything is definitely, you know, straightforward, and we know, we know what's going on.
Yeah, and Raheen, I want to talk about. Are you a player in the tournament? Because I've seen
I was
you.
last year.
What happened? You like, nah, I'm good.
Nah, I just be having so much going on, but I'm there every week.
Yeah.
I support it, like.
And what do you feel about this type of event? And
I love
putting
it
together?
because it's just like what I do.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like it's a respect thing. It's bringing people together, having fun, and just have something for people to look forward to. Because every Sunday I wake up, okay, let me go over here. You feel what I'm saying? Like I put myself a part of the team regardless, because this is my family.
Yeah.
So I'm coming regardless. Whatever you need, then I'm going to do it. Because it's like every opportunity you don't need to get paid for.
Right. That's
Help
right.
your community. Like, I really stand on helping my community, so it's like it's a good thing happening, and I can relate to it because I'm doing it as well.
Right.
It's just in a different form. So I love Hood to Hood. So.
Yeah, let's talk about what you're doing, right? Because it is you are taking sports and allowing people the opportunity to like put the guns down, right, and just nice little traditional way of a secured, supervised, right, little duke out, right?
Yeah.
Talk about your initiative, right, and what made you start that?
People might not know I'm a content creator. I do YouTube skits, all type of things. So one day I was doing a video in Fight Village, and for some reason, like we said, we're from the neighborhood, but we call it the hood. So instead of like arguing with your friends or your family, let's put on the boxing gloves and settle it. So I bought the boxing gloves for that.
Yeah.
When I'm chilling in the neighborhood, we're not about to argue. Let's just box it out. So I'm walking back to my car after my video. Some ladies see boxing gloves in my car and say, "Can we fight?" I said, "No. Females get too serious. They don't play fight. Men can play fight. Females don't."
Right.
What?
So everybody around me said, "No."
Is that a rule? Like, is that a universal? Okay.
Yeah, I get very serious now.
I don't want to get jumped, so I'm just
Nah,
take it.
you ain't gonna get
I know how to
jumped,
pick my battles. Okay.
So basically, everybody said, "No, let them fight. We're not gonna get serious." So I let them fight. I recorded. So I have a main camera, but I'm like, I'm not about to record on my main camera. So I just recorded on my phone. So about 2 months later, something said just post it. I posted on Facebook and 100 inboxes. I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight. So we started doing the fights at what they call it now, Trent Jackson Pamela Center. Number 9. So I started doing the fights on the courts and stuff like that. So now it's gaining traction.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it was a lot going on during the pandemic. Let me call it Guns Down, Gloves Up. Remember what I'm saying? I'm not the first person ever in the world to say Guns Down, Gloves Up. But in Rochester, New York, Guns Down, Gloves Up is 100% me.
Definitely.
100%.
Everyone knows that.
So when we does that, now it's time to get people that's really beefing with each other to put the guns down, come fight. So we start doing that. And it was never a thing that, I feel like somebody's going to come over and do something bad. People represented and respected me because they're like, this guy's trying to really make it out. You get what I'm saying? And he's doing something good for the community. So it just went smooth. Pray to God nothing ever happened because we structured things right. But that's how everything happened with Guns Down, Gloves Up. It started of me doing a different YouTube video, and I recorded a boxing match in the neighborhood, Fight Village, and it just blew up since that day.
And I know it comes with its own risk and negative comments, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. How do you what are some of the comments that you're hearing, and how are you like combating that?
People
Like,
tell me all the time, get headgear, get this and that. If you're going to keep telling me to get it, go buy it for me. But guess what? We got mouthpieces and they sign waivers. If they don't want headgear, they don't need headgear. We make sure everything is good. These are grown people fighting. If you're under 18, I make your mother call me on FaceTime or sign the paper and say that you can fight. So there's nobody under 18 fighting. If they're fighting, they got permission from a parent. So if somebody 18 and older doesn't want headgear and signs the waiver, then they can fight.
yeah.
You feel me? So
You have your rules.
yes, we have rules. Yes, we have a referee. Shout out to the team. We got cameramen. We got security. We do it all,
Wow.
So and the people respect it and
Yeah.
support it.
Yeah, I don't think people know how organized this is, right? Because it looks like you just show up and
Oh no. We protect. So this is the thing. We protect our fighters 100%. So we know that things can happen in the physical sport like that. That somebody like, oh no, I want to take out the gloves. Somebody possibly go get a gun or something. So we protect the fighters and anyone that's coming to watch at all times. That's why if you see me post a video, that fight was probably a day before, but I'm acting like it's today.
Yeah.
So you probably know the location at, but you don't know what time this fight is. I never drop times. I never drop the same location, so you'll never know where I'm at. That's just to not have shootings or things like that, because it's a physical sport.
Yeah.
And I just want to piggyback and give him his kudos, because again, back to that village concept, we grew up in Fight Village where it's time you got issues, you go around the corner and y'all get it on and y'all come back. We had boxing gloves where the older dudes, they'd box the younger dudes, and that's how we really get out what we have to get out. So they're seeing, to see little cuz bring this into fruition. I'm just so proud of them, because a lot of this is enriched, again, back to stuff that was passed down to us already. So
Yeah, and D. Will, how do you? I know your ministry is different. How you reach the hood and kind of foster peace and unity within the hood is different. How do you feel about initiatives like Hood to Hood or guns?
Like just sitting here, I'm like, my brand is called Way Bigger, right? So I'm always thinking the grandest of schemes. Like even when it come to bills, I called Bills one day. I'm in Buffalo sitting with millionaires.
We got something going on.
They talk about boxing, and I could easily be like, "Oh, I'll do it."
Yeah.
I said, "Nah, let me call little bro, cause bro already doing this.
Yeah.
Bro, let's take this to the next level." So even when it come to hood, I'm like, "There's a whole evolution." I've been getting cussed out every week because I don't be at hood to hood. I be tired. Y'all do that Sunday. I'm thugging it with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Right. By the time I get out of church, I'm Biscuit calling my phone. Why you ain't up here? I'm like, bro, you up there, like, bruh. But I'm seeing the evolution of hood to hood. Like they could do every sport. Like remember we kicked off the kickball thing and had every hood. Yeah, we could police our own people.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Like even when it comes to issues of conflicts, there could be a whole conflict corner. You got a problem, like the Bible says, you got to art with your brother. You go to him. All this internet bickering, battering. Nah, come to me and let's holler. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? And let's squash this, because it's a way of conversation that could dead a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Before it goes to the next level. And if it need to go to the next level, we got bills. Put the gloves on.
Yeah.
Put the gloves on.
Pride won't allow it though.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but then that's where I come in, because pride got to die. Pride is the enemy of all of us. You know what I'm saying? If we see that as a spiritual entity that comes to kill the black man, then let's confront that. That's the real issue.
Really.
You know
Ego too though.
Yeah.
And nowadays with all of these cameras out, man, nobody really trying to get embarrassed. That's where a lot of this stuff comes from, being embarrassed. And I feel like what Cuz doing is one of the best things that's been around here, man. I went to one of his events, Raheen's events, man, and it was like I was at I'm not gonna lie, it was like I went into an arena and I was at a real boxing match. You're getting searched. You're not coming into this event without being searched. You know, people not drinking and not smoking. It's like it's a real boxing match, and I just give my cousin his big ups, man, because the city needed that as well as Hood is Hood.
Thank you, cuz.
Shout out Dre Mack, too.
I feel like they're the same. Oh, yeah, the team. Dre Mack, we got the Lord, we got Gordo. It's a lot of people. Vito. Shout out to the whole team. If I miss your day, we got everybody. It's a lot of people. You know?
I feel this is great. I love this. I love this camaraderie right here.
And one thing I want to say, too, on air, man, shout out my boy D. Will, because that's what the connection is about. D. Will got me seeing the whole, because I'm on my whole spiritual journey. He got me seeing how you could show up in that different, you know, because he show up as his authentic self. And I ain't understand that. So I was kind of prejudging Brody before I kind of got to look at
he was
his
at
why.
me before.
Yeah. So I just want to say that on air. I really appreciate you, though, bro, because you got me to really look at myself in that as well. I ain't get to say that, but I'm saying that to you now to kind of help my growth as a black man in these spaces. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And that's what the whole Church of the Wild thing is about, because I wasn't raised in church at all. So a lot of people come out like, Brody always throw the "hey pastor." Like I don't even like that. Like remember how you was hitting me? What's your title? I don't do the title thing. I'm D. Will.
He's like the Don. I'm like no.
The Don Willio. Call me that. I don't know what else to. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I talk to pastors, I tell them like, yo, I flow through the fruits. You know what I'm saying? Let my fruit speak. I don't need to put a title on my name. However I am perceived at that moment. Yo, let that be that. And I'm cool with it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my name is David Williams. I came into this earth as that. I'm going to leave as that. I'm not going to leave as Pastor Dave. Nah, don't give me that. Don't give me that. If I flow as a pastor, then hey, praise God. But if not, yo, I'm D. Will at the end of the day. And my whole purpose, and I believe the way that God had brought me into this, because like for one, I was not raised in the church. I was raised in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I knew. But then when I had my road to Damascus experience and I got in that word by myself, I ain't let no man from no pulpit tell me nothing. Because I ain't had no OGs. So they wasn't gonna tell me nothing. And I had ADHD growing up, so I ain't listen to my parents. Jeremy know me. Like, I was wild. So I got this for myself, you know what I'm saying? And I got understanding, and I was discipled by the Holy Spirit. And it clicked like 2013 when I was like, yo, I'm a container of all this information. I need to be a conduit of it. I'm going right back to the streets. I remember my first day on Genesee Street. I remember Hot Rod seeing me, and I'm like, I'm telling dudes, yo, come here. I just wanted to pray. Ain't nobody seen me since I left Miami. People thought I was still robbing things. You know what I'm saying? People was running like, I ain't going to D-Well. But even in that, me even when doing hood prayer, just being authentic, just being me. I don't gotta preach to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta preach to you. I'ma just be me and let me become a Bible. And let you ask the questions. Because that's what I hate about some of the Christians out here today. Y'all, as soon as you walk by, somebody, do you know Jesus Christ, your personal Lord and Savior? Man, what in the Jehovah's Witnesses you doing, bro? Jesus wasn't even moving like that. It's all about relationship. And my thing is I want to bring relationship to people to introduce them to a relationship. And I'm going to give you 100% of me. I ain't about to sugarcoat nothing. I ain't about to cover nothing up. Like, Bills be out with me. Bills, where you just see me at last? And you was like, the pastor?
Studio.
Studio Lounge.
Studio Lounge.
I'm standing next to Bills. I'm praying for a girl right in Studio Lounge.
D-Will, okay. I want to touch on that, right? Because you're walking a fine line. People might say you're walking a fine line between the hood, right,
Raquel,
and
have
being
I
righteous.
ever cared what people have said?
Okay.
Have I ever?
Nah, but what you were saying is true though, because I can definitely relate to that, because, you know, I can be Jamie and I could be Snooze. I'm gonna meet you where you at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that, I know my people. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to talk to you. I know how to come at you. I'm not gonna address everybody the same. So what D Will is doing is one amazing thing too though. And I want to shout out also Justin Moore's Biscuit, because
My dog.
he really been doing this for so long, and he told me something way back about how they was trying to get people into church, and that's why preachers dressed the way they were. They had the target of, they was trying to get pimps. and hoes, you know, people off the street. You know what I'm saying? So and this era, the way he dressed now is the way these people in the street dress now. And he can grab so many people with just, they want to talk to him like, okay, well, you here. Let me see what you got. And that's how you can touch so many people, by just being your authentic self, like you just said.
There's a whole idea is just not being the product of our environment, but making our environment the product of us. So that's why I wear that honor. Shout out to Dr. Leonard Brock, the neighborhood scholar. You know, because I embody stuff like that. I show up as myself as a scholar, the same like D Will show up in his capacity, but I really do that in every space that I'm in. So, you know, I try to influence my environment by who I am. Right. And not the other way around.
And I know you said I was walking a fine line, but D Will wasn't clubbing. I was getting a bag.
But okay, I'm just saying, you know, because if you
he was clubbing.
They could, I'm not saying, some people may perceive it that way, right? Where they may see you out in the club, but they know you for being a disciple or ministering, right? So there are some people that may look at you that way.
You know
like,
what I would tell them?
You are of the hood.
Pray for me. That's all you got to do. Pray for me. Keep my name out your mouth unless it's in your prayer closet. Pray for me. Because if you see me going left, I bet you Grace is over there too. Pray for me. Because you know what I'm going to do for anybody who I see that I might perceive doing the wrong? I'm going to pray for them. I'm not about to dog you, or I'm going to have a conversation with you so I can actually understand what's going on. Because the people that came up to me, like, yo, D-Will, when I say I had 50, D-Will, what you doing here? Oh, I'm working. I got a whole sprinter outside. I'm the one who brought Babyface right here. I'm getting a bag. And I'm about to leave. Matter of fact, I'm here praying too, because I'm in the midst of people. That's what exact thing Jesus would have did. I'm in the midst of people, and I'm just scanning the crowd the whole night. And I actually was grieving, because I'm like, yo, I came from that. But the fact of the matter is, I'm free. Now, what a free man look like, not going to places where people in bondage at and not want to push that same freedom at?
You gotta let your light shine.
Nah, but that's the thing with our community.
Yeah.
If they see someone at a certain stature, right? For example, Jeffrey Rogers, right? They see him, right, and they say that he can't go out and party, right? But people that work at Channel 13, 10, and whatever other news channel, they go out as well. But you know what the difference is? He's in our community, so we're going to see him out.
Yeah.
You're not going to see these other people from Channel 10 because they're out in the suburbs. So you can't do that just because you see someone out at a club or something. This is his environment. This is where he wants to party at. So let them party where they want to party at or be where they want to be at. You don't know what they doing there.
Yeah.
Just like you said, he was making some money. And then praying, fake praying, but he did what he did. But you can't judge people just for being in a certain environment.
Yeah. So do you believe him being from the hood, right, makes his ministry more authentic?
And we got to be grateful.
relate.
I think in Rochester too, man, we got a tendency of being ungrateful and not giving the people the appreciation that do show up in these spaces, because we got so much people who do get educated, who do get enlightened, they leave. And that's been the way of the town. So we got to select individuals that show up in their true, authentic self and their judge, right? I remember I ran for city council. All they talked about is me being from Fight Village and all this other stuff, not who I am and what I can do and my actual skills to do this work.
That's a fact.
So we got to really show appreciation, especially to people like D. Will, because we're spiritual people if we don't even know it, right? We're really in bondage because we don't know our connection to the divine power. And we got people like him and Justin that's showing up authentic as their hood selves and also, you know, kind of talking the word that we need to hear. And so to me, I think it's just appreciation, man. And people like us, we got to be the change agents, right? When we see that on social media, because there's a lot of stuff that goes so corny on social media, nobody addresses it,
Right.
Because people got a name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that kind of undermines the work that D. Will is going to work,
But
that hood to hood doing, the work that Gloves Up is doing.
even though I argue with Cuz all the time, Jamie, right? I tell him, you got to stop responding.
Yeah.
You have to. Because it's so much things people say about me on the internet. I'm not about to respond. But as soon as I respond, I made your day.
Right.
So certain things you're just not getting out of me. Like if I see you in person, hey, what's up with that?
So
What's
that's
the
the,
problem?
and this is my call out, right? This is the people that support us, the people that be in your face every day. Yo,
That's what I'm talking about.
They got to speak up, because if not, it's
Yeah.
gonna be continuous of the people who has this
For sure.
platform
For sure.
to continue to say the stuff that
Yep.
negatively undermines the work that we're all
But
doing.
you can't give them what they want on the
No,
internet.
I ain't talking about us per se,
Yeah, oh,
right?
okay.
Calm Hill's always, I'm
Yeah.
talking about community.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's the community job to speak up
That's a
and,
fact.
and make them feel like, oh, dang, I just said that. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen unless the community
Yep.
stop sharing everything, stop laughing. Oh,
But it's like they want to see it, and that's what sickens me.
But
is
that's what
our city
sells.
is so sad.
Fellas, hold on. We're going to take a quick break, right? Because I feel like y'all have a lot to get off your chest. We venting about everything here on on Connections. But I want to touch on, D. Will said something about policing our own people. We'll talk about that right after this break.
Support for your public radio station comes from our members and from Bob Johnson Auto Group, believing an informed public makes for a stronger community. Proud supporter of Connections with Evan Dawson, focused on the news, issues, and trends that shape the lives of listeners in the Rochester and Finger Lakes regions. BobJohnsonAutoGroup.com.
I'm Greece now.
And we're back on WXXI Connections. And today we are talking about, I would say, hood initiatives, right? And how the people of the hood in the neighborhood can actually police their own people and help reduce crime. And D. Will, I have here with me Jamie Anderson, the founder of a Hood to Hood basketball tournament, Norman Simmons, the community organizer of the Hood to Hood tournament, Raheen Gayden, the founder of Guns Down, Gloves Up initiative, and D. Will, who is the founder of Church in the Wild, one of the famous hood ministries in the city of Rochester. And I want to talk about,
I love how you keep saying hood. They're so beautiful.
we're talking
It's
about
just so
the
beautiful.
hood, right? And how beautiful that word really is, and how we're reclaiming that word
Yes.
and making it something beautiful and powerful,
ma'am.
right?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we're actually showcasing the beauty of that culture right here,
Yeah.
because we're all holding each other accountable. Right
Yes.
here. Okay.
have to.
I don't want to say much because there's a bunch of men in here and I don't want to I'm outnumbered, but I'm taking note of everything that's being said. And I want to ask you, gentlemen, these initiatives, Hood to Hood, Guns Down, Gloves Up, Church in the Wild, are we helping, or do you hope that you're helping reduce crime?
We are.
In-
We
so
are.
you're saying right now that you are
Check the
No,
stats.
that's
crime.
good that you said reduce.
Yeah, look.
So
reduce, not, I don't want to say completely like,
no,
No, it's not
eliminate
never
it.
going to
look,
stop.
let me tell you my intro into my boxing matches, right? I'm happy that you said reduce and not stop. So this is what I say. Hey, how you doing? My name is Stupid Man Bills. This is Guns Down, Gloves Up. We started this to minimize the violence in the city. And since we did that and went viral all over social media, we're trying to do the same all across the globe. So the thing is minimize.
Right.
There's no way we're going to stop that.
Yeah.
Right.
And for sure, so when I first started in 2021, I feel like there was a lot of things going on, and I helped reduce the violence. With Hood to Hood,
Last year,
I don't even see people with guns. Even though, like, when you go to certain places and stuff like that, you can see somebody moving funny. When you're from the neighborhood, you just know what's going on. I don't see that type of vibe at Hood to Hood, and it's open, and and they're policing themselves. So I don't even see the vibe of I have to bring my gun just in case something go on. I don't see that vibe at all.
Right.
Right.
So it's just about minimizing it. You can't completely stop nothing.
Right.
Like nothing in this world, you're not going to completely
But the numbers
stop.
show from last
For
year,
sure.
the end of July to the end of August, nobody was murdered, and that's like 8 weeks. You know, and that's because the top, like I told you, these guys as captains and coaches are leaders. So they got their guys practicing. They're going to the gym. They're going to shoot around. So they mind is not on that. And then the younger guys that's under them, they watching they older guys like, yo, they want to play basketball. We can't be on this.
Yeah.
So, and like you said earlier, it's really accountability because, like I said,
Facts.
it's 16 different teams. So if your team is on like nonsense, that's 15 other teams that's like coming at you. So we make everybody accountable. We talk to each other every day. Even after it stopped last year in August, we still been in connection every day, every week, every month. So it's a plan and it's organized, and we got people like Norm that can reach out to certain people and talk to people and let them know. Because like he said, we like you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
Yeah.
So at some point, somebody will go be like, hey, man, you know, your boy need to chill out. You know, maybe he need to take a step back. Maybe he need to not come back, or maybe he need to get out the game. And they respect that.
Yeah.
And then also to add to that, accountability is a love language, right? I'm big on that African stuff because I'm really in that stage of enlightenment, seriously. But accountability is a love language. And so with that being said, you know, what we're doing is bringing back that love collectively, the love for each other, the understanding of each other. Because a lot of times the disagreements be over stuff that people just don't understand the other side. So what we're doing is creating these spaces for people to engage in that. I was in the space last year with dudes I couldn't stand. But I also grew more love for them being in that space of the collective men together. Like the whole time I'm out there, I walk around talking to everybody just because I'm showing love. A lot of times people come in that space not knowing if they're going to be accepted, not knowing if they're going to be judged because who they are and where they're from. So again, we just all collectively bringing that love back. And again, accountability is also a love language. So that's also the facet of holding each other accountable as well.
Right. So when last year you got into those little situations and them snippets of arguments, it was people that came to you. You got to be accountable for Norman. You can't do this.
Elders, though.
Older.
OGs
That
coming
ain't
to me.
even involved
they
in the tournament.
pulling me to the side like, yo, Norm.
It's accountability.
You know, and I received all of that. So that's the message the head of the snake takes to the last person people may perceive that's somebody that don't matter. So again, accountability is a love.
But the thing
language.
about our neighborhood, we're gonna tell you about it.
Yeah.
As soon as you come, we're gonna wait for
They
you.
kicked me out.
Yeah, as soon as you come over, even him.
They kicked me out.
You got kicked out the
Oh,
neighborhood?
yeah.
For like 48 hours.
Yeah, we tell them about himself. They tell me about myself. We tell everybody about it. We're gonna wait for you to come over there to the neighborhood, and we all gonna tell you.
And the best thing about that, we talking about it because that's where we from. Every hood has this type of relationship.
Yeah.
If you go to Frost, and those are brothers from back in the day, all of them has something where one of them tripping, the rest of them gonna get on their bone, and it's respected. And so that's what we're doing, just bringing it all together. All the leaders from hoods, you know, and kind of showing love to each other, man, and that goes a long way.
Yeah. Is that on the forefront of your brain or the organizational process to help reduce the violence when you create
Yes.
events like this?
Yes.
I feel like it's a no-brainer. Like, I feel like we don't have to even think about it. Like, we're doing this to reduce the violence. We know what that brings. Like, having hood to hood, guns down, gloves up. Like, we know that's going to bring entertainment to the people and get that off their mind that I want to do this, I want to do that. Because it's a lot of young people that be out there.
Yes.
A lot of young people that I see out there are in the streets, does a lot of things, and they come there with a good vibe because they trying to either see the women or they trying to watch some good basketball.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And I just want to shout out our elders again and the OGs because we had that feeling as kids what it felt like to be in these spaces. And part of this, the hood, all of this stuff that we out going, it made me feel like a kid again sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's the key to growth too, staying locked into our kids and that inner kid and that playfulness. And so shout out to our elders and the OGs before us, right? We skipped a kind of decade of this type of stuff happening, but we was raised around that. Clarissa Street, Teddy T, whatever. We could go and name
Breaking
it.
ankles, turning
actually,
all
since
the
we
rest
on
of
Can't
that,
forget
right?
the show.
show.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
show.
Uncle Beach.
Shout out
Look,
Beach.
Big Beach.
So this is my big cousin,
Butter.
right? This is my big cousin, Norman. So where we come from, I don't really know that many graduates. So while I was playing football in high school, I always wanted a degree or wanted to be a certain person because of my cousin. We always been ourselves. We never been the person, oh, I'm in the streets, I'm this and that, and it was cool to just say, nah, we ain't with that. I want to go to school. He got his degree, and I ended up getting my degree. Even me and my cousin got into it before, but I feel like it was for me to do better. But that's the type of stuff I always looked up to. 'Cause I don't know nobody that graduated college. We got more college graduates now. After, but he was the blueprint for that.
Me and him probably was the first people to go to
And
college.
Cortez.
Yeah.
So he was like one of the blueprints
Play
that I
ball.
watched.
Yeah.
And even beyond education, like I said, around all hoods is some type of that. People latch on to people because what they do. Even if someone in the streets, you could be a dope man with great principles in the streets. We just make choices based on our awareness. It's not right or wrong. So this what we're talking about in Fight Village goes across the board, every
Everywhere,
hood,
yeah.
to kind of bring back to what we're talking about in the sense of the hood.
Yeah.
Definitely every neighborhood has the same principles. I know a lot of neighborhoods who don't tolerate certain
sure.
foolishness. You know, you're not about to put us in danger. You're not about to embarrass us.
Yep.
And they stand on that. So, like I said, shout out to all the teams, the players. I appreciate y'all. Man, we love y'all, man. It's a great season, and we're going to keep going.
And D. Will, your approach, right? Are you going into these neighborhoods
All the time.
with the
I'm in
intent
the
of
neighborhoods.
ending violence or helping to end violence
So-
in Rochester and crime in Rochester?
So ending crime, that's low hang, that's fruit, right? I get to the root. The root is always going to be the issue. Like, we can talk about violence, we can talk about baby mama, baby dad, we can talk about all that drama and the chaos and everything, but at the end of the day, it's the root. You know what I'm saying? The root, identity. I had to find that out myself. I found that out like a couple months ago. You know what I'm saying? Even my Christian walk, me as a disciple, you know what I'm saying? I was doing and found my identity in the stuff that I was doing. That's why I ended up falling and failing. Almost lost my family. But it wasn't until I realized I'm a son. Now I walk different. You can't tell me nothing. I stand up crazy. You see how Flock act. Because the understanding of a son, you know your father's a king, you move different. You know what I'm saying? You can't even let nobody say nothing to you crazy. And if they do, it's gonna roll off my shoulder.
Man, the first time I met you, you came to our neighborhood. It had to have been like at least 100 people there. And I just seen you talking to everybody. I'm asking everybody, who is this guy?
Who is it? Yeah.
Who is that? I'm asking him. Bitch, like that's D. Will, man. He do the ministry. He in the neighborhood. I'm like, I'm just watching him. I'm observing him. I'm like, okay, this is fire.
Right.
I was feeling it. And big ups to you, man. That's
Yeah,
fire,
appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah.
And my thing is like I just want to show love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if we can if I could be the role model of what love looked like in the hood, then I'm gonna go and do it. I'll talk to somebody I don't even know. And crazy thing is, like my wife, like, oh, you're such a social butterfly. I hate people. I don't like people at all. I don't want to say
That's
I hate
a
people. I
strong
don't hate people.
statement.
I do not like people. I don't like talking to new people.
Right.
But it's something I have to force myself to do because I don't know what this interaction might do. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I know that I'm seen and I'm looked at, or people put me on a pedestal and all that. Let me come down. You know what I mean? And let me meet you where you at and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Even I remember starting hood prayer. People thought I was just going to go out there and just start grabbing people and praying for them. Nah. Remember, Jeremy? You walk past me, yo, God bless you. People don't even hear that. People don't hear, yo, God loves you. Keep it moving, bro. Like, this ain't even, we ain't about to do at the end, we can pray if you want to, but I'm out here for an hour just creating a relationship with you, just loving on you, because you may not have felt no love all week.
Right.
And that's what the hood's definitely about, relationships, man.
Yeah.
You see guys, you gotta think, man, these schools are all full. I went to school at Shalat. Not one of my friends from Fight Village went there. Not one. So I have relationships with people from Dewey. I have relationships with people from Conkey. I got relationships with people from Frost. I got relationships with people from Chalai. So it's like, it's all building. You gotta think I got 4 kids. I got a family. I haven't seen these people in years. So to get out there and see a childhood friend from 6th and 7th grade, you with it every day. School is 180 days. I'm with these people for a long time. So it's like to see these people again is amazing.
And I just want to add kind of real quick to what D. Will's speaking to. Everything we talk about is our mental, our well-being, right? I'm the mental health guy. I work in mental health. And so with us finding ourselves and really identifying who we are, we get to really identify what we chosen for.
Yeah.
You know, and again, that's kind of where I'm at, kind of with D. Will. You know, I understand my mission. So even though I don't even like being around people, you know, I'm still talking to people for no reason because it's a part of that mission. So that's what we're trying to do, just help each other collectively and also individuals find ourselves within community, find ourselves as individuals. And from there, that's where the growth starts.
Yeah. Do you feel obligated, any of you, to be that change because of the pedestal that you're on or because of your platform? Do you feel obligated? And if
I don't feel obligated for the pedestal. I feel obligated because of the sacrifice. You feel me? Cause if I could get emotional.
I felt a chill through my body when she said, "Do you feel obligated, man?" Because I don't know. I want to cut you off, D. Well. It's like I am a people person, so I'm outgoing. I want to talk to you. I want to know who you are. I want to meet you. So it's like, if I can talk to this man, like he said, a simple "God bless you, have a good day." You don't know, the simplest thing can change a person's whole day.
100%.
A whole day. And I felt like my whole life, I was one of those people that people could come talk to. So my cousin tell me all the time, "Snooze, this is you. This is perfect for you." And I just embrace it and I just run with it and I try to meet as many people. Like, I don't know everybody from hood to hood, but I remember their faces. You know, I know what team they play for sure. But I'm trying to introduce myself to people. I let them know, you can call me Snooze or Jamie. It don't matter to me. But I'm just trying to let y'all know, like, at the end of the day, this is about relationships and building up for our city and our generations after us. Norman said it. We skipped the whole generation of this stuff. When the last time the Teddy T was? 5, 6 years ago?
Never. Longer than that.
longer than that, probably.
Way longer than that.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Way
The last thing we
Because I've
had
been here
going
like
was the
about
show.
20 years
That
and I've
was
never
about-
been to one. Yeah.
I forgot when Beecham died. Like,
I don't feel like I'm obligated to do the work, but I feel like I'm obligated to show up as my best self.
facts.
So what D. Will saying, like, I had to go through this whole soul searching because times I showed up, my heart always been golden, but I ain't show up in ways that I like based on what I went through, based on my trauma, based on me getting shot. So for me, you know, that soul searching was the main thing so I could just be my best self. And now, don't get me wrong, I still make mistakes. I still find myself going to 1 and 10 and I go home and like, damn, I got to call that person and apologize. So I'm obligated to show up as my best self and really do and go that way I'm being pulled and stop trying to get away from it. So that's what I'm obligated to do, to be my best self in this space.
Yeah. I would say that I'm obligated to share my freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because if we could all look at our past, my past was filthy. You know me. You know what I'm saying? My past, you know, my filthy. And to be where I'm at now, like I got a beautiful wife, 3 kids. I take care of other people's kids. Like Bills came to my house. He was like, he said, "What, you live in witness protection?" You know what I'm saying? And I come from the hood, like I come from Thurston, bro. Ain't many of us made it out of Thurston.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I'm blessed, and I want people to experience that. So that's the obligation that I feel, you know?
Yeah.
What about you?
And Bills?
I feel obligated from the work that I put in. So my crowd is very young. So I have people my age too, but I have a crowd of like
Younger, yeah.
15 under and then older
The
people.
Generation Z's.
Like, and very older people. So it's like, when these kids write me on Instagram and things like that, I say, oh yeah, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep doing this because they really like DMing me and say, yo, Bills, I have a problem with this person. We're about to get on your channel.
Yeah.
So I'm getting about 10 of those a day.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So so it's like I have to.
Yeah,
I
and
have to keep it
that
going.
speaks to you basically fostering the next generation, right?
Yeah.
And kind of eliminating this violence eventually, right? Because as if the next generation is being exposed to what you're doing and not picking up a gun and saying, "Hey, let's just duke it out the old-fashioned way."
But they don't. My thing is, they don't even fight no more. So even when people had guns back in the day, you probably had 1 or 2 people on the block with guns. They're starting a whole new crew. You got 30 people from this block. They all got guns. You if you was from this hood back in the day, you couldn't get this nice gun. How you got this nice gun over here on this block? So they don't even know how to fight.
Yeah.
So for the young people that do come fight, I congratulate them
I
for that.
applaud them.
Yeah.
Because it's like they don't fight no more at all. We grew up fighting, and it didn't really lead to nothing until it really led to something. But they skipping the fighting stage and going straight to shooting.
And I heard an elder say this as well. We in a time where we're really, really redefining the rules and what rules are. Right?
Yeah.
You see somebody, like usually back in the day, somebody smoking an elder come, they gonna put it behind their back.
Yeah.
That's not a thing now, right? And it's not right or wrong, but we're in a time where we're redefining. What are the rules for our community? What are the standards? What are the values, right? I think we're in a golden time.
Yeah.
Right?
So
And
you're
we're-
now the elders.
Yeah.
Well, we're not the elders
we the
yet.
uncle.
You're becoming the elders.
We the
We
uncle.
almost there, though.
I'm the elder. I'm an uncle.
36 years old.
You're not the elders.
Yeah, I'm an elder.
For sure.
Nah, you're an OG though, because the elders really is something that you
Grandma
earn.
and them, yeah.
You
Yeah.
earn. So shout out Miss Jackie Dozier. She just got actually brought into eldership. She worked at Common Ground Health with me, but D. Will, the OG, he's still in the field. The elders are more so the people that give us that wisdom to kind of carry
They
the work.
retired.
that
They
we
put
do.
the cape. They take
Yeah.
the cape off.
Word.
Right.
So, yeah.
So right now we are basically reclaiming what the hood is, right, and what the hood's mission is, right, and we just trying to take away that stigma, and knowing that we could police our own people, and because of these initiatives like Hood to Hood and Guns Down, Gloves Up, and Church in the Wild, hey, we can say that we are taking accountability for what we produce in our community.
And the hood has hope. The hood has opportunity. The hood has obligation. The hood has purpose. The hood has peace. The hood got us.
Well, thank you for tuning into my Hood Talk. Thank you guys for joining me.
Hello,
on
appreciate you having
WXSI
us.
Connections. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm looking. I'm proud. And I can't wait to reshape our community.
Yes,
Thank you,
y'all.
fellas.
Shout out
Thank
Hood
you.
to Hood, baby.
Thank you for tuning in to WXXI Connections.
Hello.
This program is a production of WXXI Public Radio. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of this station, its staff, management, or underwriters. The broadcast is meant for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use in another medium without expressed written consent of WXXI is strictly prohibited. Connections with Evan Dawson is available as a podcast. Just click on the Connections link at WXXInews.org.